a look, and it's going to be as easy as that. The major downside though is that it costs money to buy yourself a domain name and also get yourself some web hosting. But with that being said, if you want my own personal recommendation, I would always recommend the live route. Get yourself some hosting, get yourself a domain name. I just personally prefer that. But regardless, if you want to go the local route or you want to go the live route, I have spared no effort in introducing you to as many options as possible. Let me first of all talk about the live route. Now, when it comes to web host, because you need a hosting company to host your website live on the internet, I have two main options for you: SiteGround and then Cloudways. These are two web hosting companies that I actually personally host with. I've been with SiteGround since 2012. I joined Cloudways 2020. Now, the major difference between both of them is that SiteGround offers you something known as shared hosting, and then they also offer you cloud host. Now, cloud hosting is superior to shared hosting because with shared hosting, your website is basically sharing resources with other websites across the world. But with cloud hosting, it's just going to be your own website having a particular amount of resources specifically used by your website. Your website isn't going to share those resources with other websites. So basically, cloud hosting is more superior. With that being said though, SiteGround offers you both shared hosting and cloud hosting. Cloudways offers you only cloud hosting. They don't offer you shared hosting. So as a result, with SiteGround, you can get slightly cheaper alternatives. Like if you go to web hosting, for example, on SiteGround, these are the prices. Okay, so it starts from $7 per month to all the way to $15 per month, depending on which plan you go with. And then with Cloudways, it's going to be a bit more expensive, like I said, because they only offer cloud hosting. But honestly, in terms of cloud hosting itself, they're among the cheapest that you can find on the internet. Their plans start from $10 per month all the way to $80 per month, depending on the amount of resources that you want to buy for your website. Now, in the very next video, I'll walk you through briefly how you can buy yourself domain names and then web hosting with both Cloudways and SiteGround. But let me also mention that I have written extensive articles on both SiteGround and Cloudways. I have also made videos comparing both SiteGround and Cloudways. Here is one right here: SiteGround versus Cloudways hosting, which is better. You can check out my YouTube channel, The Web Monkey. I'll recommend that you subscribe as well. So I've made videos comparing SiteGround and Cloudways. I have also made extensive tutorials on how to work in the backend of both SiteGround and Cloudways. This is the one for SiteGround. So I show you how you can take advantage of the features they offer you, like speed, security, email services, and so on. Everything is covered in the video. I've also done the same for Cloudways as well. I've made a full tutorial walking you through the entire backend of Cloudways. So regardless of which one of the two you choose, I have you covered. I have all the necessary information for you. I have also written articles on my blog, webmonkeyonline.com. You can check it out, where I compare both of them, and I also write my honest reviews about both web hosting companies. In short, I can stake my reputation on both Cloudways and SiteGround because I work with them. And the good news here is that if you decide to go with Cloudways, if you want to buy yourself some cloud hosting, you want to go with Cloudways, I've actually partnered with them to provide you with a very special discount where you can get 25% off for the first 3 months. You simply use the coupon code CloudMonk25, but you also have to use my link, which I'll provide in the resources attached to this video. If you can't find the link, do let me know and I'll send you another one. But you have to use the link and then you use the coupon code CloudMonk25 to get 25% off for the first 3 months. Now, that's for the live route. If you want to go local, you want to work with WordPress locally on your computer, I've also made extensive tutorials. You can check out my YouTube video titled How to Install WordPress Locally with XAMPP. XAMPP is one way how you can work with WordPress locally on your computer. But I've also made another video for local by Flywheel. Local by Flywheel. Yes, it's another way how you can work with WordPress locally on your computer. You will find the video, I think the next one is going to be the second one after the upcoming video, basically. So I'm going to show you how you can install WordPress locally on your computer with Flywheel. And personally, between XAMPP and Flywheel, I would recommend Flywheel. Flywheel is a bit better because with Flywheel, you can actually generate a live link for your website installed locally on your computer. So if you need somebody to take a look at your website, you can do so with Flywheel. So I'll recommend you use Flywheel over XAMPP. So again, you can check out the video I'll have. It's going to be further down. I'll walk you through how you can work with Flywheel, how you can install WordPress locally on your computer. So with that being said, that's basically the introduction to web hosting and domain names. In the very next video, I'm going to show you how you can actually purchase web hosting with SiteGround and also with Cloudways, and also how you can buy a domain name from a site called Namecheap. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next class. Alrighty, so like I said in the previous video, let me show you how you can buy yourself web hosting and domain names with both Cloudways and SiteGround. Let's start off with SiteGround, and you can go to siteground.com, and then right here under hosting, you will see web hosting, WordPress hosting, WooCommerce hosting. It doesn't matter, they're all the exact same thing. I'm going to go with WordPress hosting, and then right here they have three main packages: Startup, Grow Big, and then Go Geek. Now, if you want my own personal recommendation, you want to go with Grow Big, because with Grow Big, you can actually install as many websites as you want on that single hosting account. With Startup, you're limited to just one single website, so keep that in mind. Now, with Go Geek and Grow Big, obviously you see the differences. With Go Geek, you have access to more resources, more speed, more disk space, and so on. So it all depends on how much you can afford. Now, I'm going to go right here, click on Get Plan. And then if you have a domain name that you've already bought from another website, you simply go with I already have a domain, and then you proceed from there. But let's just say, for example, you don't have a domain name and you want to get yourself a domain name. Well, you come in here right now and you type it out. So let me just type in something ridiculous, because I know no one in the world has this domain name right now. So I'm going to go ahead now, click on Proceed. So SiteGround will check to see if it's available, and of course it's available, because no one in their right minds would buy such a domain name. So you simply fill out the information right here, put out your email, your information. Now, very, very, very important, let me show you something. Right here where you have the data center, automatically it will default to your physical location, but you want to make sure that it's actually accurate. Now, it's set mine to Asia because I am actually in Asia right now, but depending on where you live, you have several options. You want to choose the data center that is closest to your physical location. So, for example, if you were in India, the closest would be Singapore, Asia. That's the closest to India. And so on. The reason why is because the closer you are to the data center, the faster you'll be able to access your website. So simply choose the correct data center, and then of course you can go with 24 months, 36 months, and so on. Right here, they do offer additional features like domain privacy and also their SiteGround site scanner. In all honesty, you don't need them. Okay, just ignore those two and just buy your domain name and web hosting, and then you receive an email, and then you can proceed from there. Of course, don't forget to check out my YouTube tutorial on how to access and use all the features that SiteGround offers you in their back end. Now, with Cloudways, one thing I need to mention is that with Cloudways, you cannot buy yourself a domain name. They only provide you with cloud hosting. Speaking of cloud hosting, I nearly forgot. With SiteGround, they do also offer you cloud hosting. Don't get me wrong. It's just that their own cloud hosting is a bit more expensive than that of Cloudways. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, Cloudways is your answer. And yes, they're actually quite good with their cloud hosting as well. So with Cloudways, you're going to go over to pricing, and you will see the different options that they have. Cloudways themselves don't actually offer you the cloud service. They partner with other companies. So right here you have DigitalOcean, Linode, Vultr, AWS, which is Amazon, and then Google. And of course, Amazon and Google are the most expensive, as you can see. I mean, with Google, you can go as high as $225 per month, which is insane. DigitalOcean is by far the most popular. It's also what I use. So if you're gonna go with cloud hosting, I would recommend DigitalOcean. And then right here, you choose whichever one you can afford. I would recommend at the very least go with the $22 per month at the very least, and then you can click on Start Free. They'll offer you 3 days free trial. But don't forget that right here where you have to fill out your name and all that, you have the link for got a promo code. You want to click in there and then add your promo code CloudMonk25 to get 25% off for the first 3 months. Don't forget to use my link in order to take advantage of that promotion. And then I believe with Cloudways, you will have to verify your identity. So you may need to take a picture of your ID card, whether it's your license, your driver's license, or your passport, things like that. You send it to them, and then within an hour or so, they will confirm your identity, and then you get access to the hosting. Of course, like I said, don't forget to check out the YouTube tutorial where I walk you through how to use the Cloudways backend. Now, I know I said earlier that with Cloudways, you cannot buy a domain name. They only offer you cloud hosting. So what's the alternative? You could buy your domain name from SiteGround, but a cheaper alternative would be namecheap.com. You can buy domain names for really inexpensive amounts in here. So as an example, in here again, I'm gonna type in something ridiculous, hdfasdfa.com. Let's go ahead now, search for that one. So of course, Namecheap will check and verify that it's available. So let's wait. So let's wait. Okay, so you can see right now it is available, and it's only $8 per year. So I'm gonna go ahead now, add that one to the cart, and then proceed to checkout. I buy the domain name, I get my email, and I am in. Now, the question you will have here obviously is, you've bought yourself a domain name from Namecheap, you've gotten yourself cloud hosting from Cloudways. How do you connect both of them, right? Well, it's very easy. In the YouTube tutorial, I show you how to do so, but Cloudways also have an actual document right here, explain to you the entire process. You have to create something known as an A record on your Namecheap account. They show you all the steps in here. It's right there. It's very easy. I guarantee you it's not going to take more than 5 minutes. You simply do what they tell you to do right here, and then the rest is history, as they say. You'll easily propagate your domain name from Namecheap over to Cloudways. Of course, if you run into any issues, if you run into any difficulty, you can contact Cloudways. Their support is also very good, and I guarantee you that they will be able to help you out. So if you have any more questions about SiteGround, Cloudways, or Namecheap, of course, do let me know. I'll do my best to answer your questions as soon as possible. So hopefully I've been able to give you enough guidance on how to get started with web hosting, domain names, SiteGround, Cloudways, and so on. Thanks so much for watching, and of course I will see you in the next class. I'm making this video to quickly show you how you can install WordPress on your website on both SiteGround and Cloudways. Now, of course, I covered both in my YouTube tutorials, but I think this will be a lot faster for you. You can watch the YouTube tutorials for more information like, backups, security, SSL certificates, and so on. But let me show you how you can quickly get your website up and running on these two platforms. Now, if you're with SiteGround, once you've logged in, you will see websites up here on your main menu. You click in there, and then right here, you just click on new website up here. You click in there, choose your hosting plan. Let's continue. Now right here, you have three options. You can go with a new domain where you'll have to buy a new domain name again and then proceed, or you can go with your existing domain. You click on select and then choose your domain name that you bought from SiteGround, or you can go with temporary domain where SiteGround will create a temporary domain for you. It's free. You can see right now it's created this one for me. I'm going to click on continue. And by the way, the process from this point on is the same for either the temporary domain or the existing domain options. Right here, you're going to click on start a new website. You click on select right here to install an application. And right here, you can go with WordPress, or if you're